Okay, folks, we're going back into security. This time with another security camera install. This one's from XSense. It is a bullet style camera, has Wi-Fi connectability, so you don't have to worry about getting an Ethernet cable to it or anything like that. It is powered. It's not battery operated, so you will need to actually get power to it. However, power is typically around your house already. Not everybody has wires ran for Ethernet. So, Wi-Fi connectability. Let's get into this thing, see what's in the box, get it set up. Okay, welcome back to GeekSmart. So today let's start in on this XSense bullet style Wi-Fi security camera. Open up the box here, and right out of the gate we have the camera itself. Looks like it has a cord, pigtail cord with, it does have an Ethernet connection on it, and it does have a power input. So you can actually wire this if you would like to your router. You don't have to run off Wi-Fi. It does have that. I don't believe it has power over Ethernet, so I think you still have to run the power cord. I will double check that though on my powered Ethernet switch, my PoE Ethernet switch. So that's all that's in the box. This is the accessory kit, which comes with a small Ethernet cable. We do have some mounting hardware, drywall items, or even masonry, right? As well as some screws and an Allen wrench. I'm assuming that's to adjust the pivot point here. We do have a Ethernet cable sealing kit. So if you do run an Ethernet cable to it, this is the item to actually seal around this kind of bayonet type coupler here. Which obviously if this is an outdoor rated camera. If you're going to have it outdoors, we want to make sure that that's sealed so we don't get water, dust, and stuff in there. And then we do have the actual power adapter itself. So let's see here. It is running on 12 volt, 1000 milliamps. So yeah, that's our power brick. That's going to actually plug into this guy here. Boom. Yeah, nice seal, actually. That's pretty nice. It has a good, strong friction set to it. Good. You don't want that sliding out on you. You can obviously drill a hole wherever you're going to put this and actually run this cable through so the cables are all hidden and all the connections are inside. Or they do have the little port here at the bottom so that you can basically run it against the house and then just run this down. Or for that matter up, but I would recommend down so you don't get weather in there as well. It does have a nice foam gasket around here. That I do like seeing. I don't see that very often, where it actually kind of seals anything behind the camera. And that way you don't get water running down into there. So that's that. It does feel like it comes pre-unlocked. And then you take that Allen wrench it comes with, and that's when you lock this in. On the front of the camera, we pull off this protective seal. We actually have a sensor, we have the camera itself, and then we have two floodlights. So these floodlights are not just infrared, these are floodlights, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing how bright that gets. Some of the other cameras I've had in the past that had floodlights, I was way more impressed by the amount of light they put out than I thought I was going to be. This one's powered, not battery operated, so I'm really interested to see how bright those are. I really am. So, that said, you can see it does kind of have a up and down mode, right? I wonder if that rotates. Not really. There is an Allen set screw right there. So possibly, if we undo that, let's find this out before we try to mount it anywhere, right? So if I undo this a little bit, oh, that's tight. That's pretty good and tight. Because it's obviously a second set there. Yeah, there we go. So we have a set screw there, and we have one on the other side, it looked like. Yep. So let's just see what this does. So I loosened up the set screws on that. Yep, then we can actually rotate it. But from the factory, they do have that tightened down. So they have one set tightened, one set untightened, but if you do need to rotate it, that's what those lower two set screws are that are closer to the back plate here. Right there, right there. And then these here are the ones that actually adjust the just the pitch of it, right? And so you can see there are teeth. I don't know how well you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit. There are teeth there that actually engage. So once you pinch this guy down, those teeth engage, and you're probably going to want to make sure when you're actually squeezing this down that it actually sets in good. Once those teeth engage, then the thing's not going to move anymore. So that's that is that. So I do want to actually try plugging this into a PoE port. I do have a cable over here. Let me run my cable over here. I just want to verify. I want to see if it actually powers up over PoE. I doubt it will. I'm pretty sure it requires this. But let's find out. Okay, so I have this plugged into my PoE switch. So I have that plugged in. I wonder if there's any lights anywhere that are actually going to light up. That is a good question. A question that I don't know the answer to. I'm going to look on my switch real quick to see if it lit up on that port. Well, that's a negative, Ghost Rider. We do not have PoE capability with this, and I didn't think so. But it's always great to determine whether or not. So we're actually going to fully set this up down here before we actually mount it. It's kind of been my go-to thing, but more than anything, it makes shooting this video a lot easier. You don't have to do it this way. You can mount it, get it all put in first. However, at the same token, the nice thing about doing it this way is if you do have something wrong with the camera, you're going to find out before you put holes in anything. So that's one way. Power, plug that in. I wonder if there's any lights, like I said before. I don't see anything. Oh, yep, there's a light on the front. Red light. So I'm going to leave this protective film on, just so you're aware. So the quality of the... you know what? I'll put it back on. That way we know the quality of the video, what this is going to look like, right? So I'm going to let this sit kind of like that. I'm sure there's an app we have to download. Let's get the app. That thing just spoke, just so you're aware. After I turned off the video, it just said...
Ready for Wi-Fi configuration.
Alright, it said hello first. Now it's ready for Wi-Fi configuration. Okay, so here we are in the App Store. The app that you're going to need is called GeekSmart View. Now this box didn't have an instruction manual, but on the side of the box, that's where it has. It even has a QR code for you to download it. So I've already downloaded it. I haven't opened it yet, but let's open. 1 star, but only 1 review. So, well, hopefully we'll have a better experience. Would like to send notifications, that's fine. Would like to find and connect to devices on your local network. Yeah, that's fine. Looks like we have to sign up. So email address, password. Let me do that quick. Alright, email address, password, sign up. Why not? Well, while using the app. United States, next. Create an account. I guess I shouldn't have put that in there first. Darn it. Alright, now that we have it in the sign up portion, I also accepted the privacy notices, hit sign up. Activation email has been sent. Let me go to my email box and click on the proper thing. Alright, activate my account. We'll click on that. It's going to come back over. Account activation. Alright, let's go back to the app itself. We're going to go to sign in. And it looks like I already brought it over. We'll hit sign in.
Ready for Wi-Fi configuration.
App has been adapted to dark mode and light mode. Alright, cool. Switch. Alright, whatever. Don't care about that. Add a camera. Please power on the device. Okay, about 30 seconds. Alright. The brand new or recent device is recommended to be added by scanning the QR code located on the device. Alright, so there's going to be a QR code that comes up on this that we just basically put in front of the camera. Strong Wi-Fi password is the main reason of setup failure. Please check your password before. So, make sure you have the correct Wi-Fi password before you do this. So, alright, we're going to hit that. We're going to scan the QR code. So, or let's, you know what, before we do that, let's try searching. Yeah, it won't find it in LAN because we're not connected. This is going to be Wi-Fi, so we have to do the QR code. So we're going to click on that. But if we did connect with the local area network cable and actually plugged it into the Ethernet port here, we could probably do the search by LAN. Alright, let's use the camera. And let's see, where's the QR code? I guess the QR code's on the device itself. It is, okay. So it's opposite. We're actually scanning the camera, not the scanner's doing that. Alright. Boom! Alright, so I have already heard hello. I'm going to hit next. Device flashing blue. We are actually flashing blue. Alright, so I'm going to click, yep, it's flashing blue. Hit next. Now we're going to put in the password. Let me do my password. Okay, so... Alright, so password's in. Hit confirm. Now we're going to get another QR code that we actually have to put in front of the camera itself. Configure connection.
For
so now...
Wi-Fi configuration, please point the QR code to the camera directly.
Alright, so then after we take the camera itself, I'm just going to take my phone.
Wi-Fi connecting.
Alright, I'm going to hit the check mark. I've heard Wi-Fi connecting. So let that do its thing. Sorry if I'm blurring out the QR code, but the QR codes are pretty
Wireless
unsecure.
connection succeeded.
They like to give everybody the password of everything, so... Alright. Succeeded connect... Okay, so what we're going to do is... I'm going to put it in... balcony. Whatever, sure, why not? I'll call it that. I'm going to put it in my backyard, actually. We offer a free 7-day video history for 1 month, and then give your family more better... So, 7-day video history... Sure, I'll do 7-day video history on the cloud. That's fine with me. And now we are. And so let me aim this so it's actually upright. Click on new camera name, username, new camera password, re-enter password. Alright, so I'm just going to call it Accents because that's the brand for now. And then I put my password in, hit submit, and pinch to zoom out or zoom in. Tap here for your cloud history. Tap here for camera settings. And yep, we can actually zoom in and out on the actual video feed itself. Look at that. So we can see it. We can see that right now we're inside, so we're getting these flickering. Sometimes there are settings you can do this, but let's go to alarm, detection, sound detection off, SD card. Right now I don't have an SD card in there right now. I'm going to give it access to my photos so I can save stuff. But there's no SD card currently. We're going to do that next. We're going to put an SD card in there. Firmware update. Your firmware is up to date. Camera info. Balcony. We can change that name at any time. Share camera if I want to share it. Face detection or face detection. Oh, what's this now? Face service is intelligent classification. Face. Okay, let's hit buy. Let's see how much it costs. $2 a month for the first month. Purchase 1 month service is $4, so basically you get half price for the first month. $37 for 12 months of this. And that's in US dollars. So if you'd like to use that, you can. Motion zones for lights. So basically change the sensitivity. It's already on max. We'll leave it on max for now. See how it is. Privacy masks. We can add privacy masks on there. Wi-Fi settings advanced. Light settings power. Yeah, here's power frequency. We can actually change. You know, the hertz. I wonder if that'll actually... Yep, there it goes. Takes the flickering right out. So it was set for 50 hertz probably. Automatic didn't work. NVR connection. There is no NVR connection currently. If your device is added to an NVR, please select it. So, yeah, I guess they offer an NVR for this guy. We can restart, reset, sync time, Dropbox settings even in here. Oh, no SD card. Well, that would do it, wouldn't it? Network audio adaptability, HDR mode. Yeah, lots of capability. There's our vertical and horizontal flip. If we actually set it up and we need to flip the video, it does not auto flip. So that's it. Let's unplug it. Let's actually get the SD card in there. So I have the camera itself. So on the bottom, if we saw before, if you were watching, there's just a rubber seal that actually opens up. There's no screws or anything we need. This is where actually the reset button is as well. There's a little, you see kind of the plastic reset button. I just have a little 16 gig micro SD card from SanDisk that I'm going to put in here. Looks like this way. And it should click into place. Clicked, and that's that. So we are good to go. I did not unplug it, I just left it plugged in. Let's see if I actually go to the SD card on the camera now. So yes, now we actually go into playback. SD card info. Did not detect an SD card. I'm going to refresh that. So it did take a second to refresh. Oh geez. So it actually sensed motion. SD card now you can see it actually has very limited space available because I haven't formatted it. So we're going to hit format SD card, confirm, and it's formatting. SD card format complete. And now we have lots of space available. So if we actually go back, let me show you how to get to that menu. If we're actually in playback, we can click top right, we go to SD card info, and that's where we can actually get to the info and format the SD card. So now we are fully set up. I'm going to actually go ahead and unplug this from power for now. And we are ready to actually get this connected where we want to put it. So yeah, that's step number 2. So if you watch any of my other set of videos, you probably may recognize that spot right there. There's a whole bunch of holes there from all the other cameras that I've installed. However, this camera specifically, because I don't have a ball joint, I can't go off like at a degree angle like this. Basically, I'm shooting straight out from whatever surface I'm doing. I dislike that. It's my number one peeve about this specific product is the I don't have flexibility of where I'm going to aim it. Not a fan of that. I'm really not. So that said, I'm changing up which surface I'm going off. So I think I'm going to come bring it over, kind of like over in here. And there's also no guide. So with the camera down like this, though, I can just kind of tap it with the drill bit. Now I can see exactly where I need to drill. Make sure that you take the in my case, I'm not actually hiding it. I'm actually going to go ahead and put it down so like so. Apologize if I blocked that at all. But now we basically have the camera lined up. Well, it is where it's going to go. And now we can take the Allen wrench that it came with and essentially adjust. I'm going to also loosen that back what I did before as well, so I can also turn it if I need to. But I'm going to aim it kind of out like so, I think. And here is my other big thing that I don't like about this camera. This is the power cable, obviously, right? I have 3 feet or so from the camera itself, and another like 4 or 5 feet from the actual power piece itself. There's not a whole lot of distance to this thing. Not a fan of that. It should come with a power cord that's a lot longer if I have to keep this in the thing. Now, of course, depending on where you're going to place it, you might be able to get it inside a lot easier. But at the other token, this is a very large piece, like a lot of the PoE cameras are, because this is an Ethernet port. I got to drill a hole big enough to get that through. That's how big of a hole you'll have to drill. Also not a fan of that with regards to having this having to be powered, because usually, if I drill a hole behind the camera for an Ethernet cable, well, I'm just doing PoE anyway. It's not a big deal. I'm popping it up into the attic or whatever. It's simple. But in this case, I don't only have to, I have to have this because it's attached, even though I'm not going to use this portion. It's just going to go off Wi-Fi. I only need this little guy, but this is going along for the ride. So there's a couple things I don't like about this camera, to be honest about it. But hopefully the quality of the video is good. So, alright, let me get it powered up, I guess. At least temporarily. I don't know what I'm going to do with power yet. Oh well. Okay, so we have the camera mounted, and this is what it's going to look like. And so the big thing is that I really didn't have a whole lot of choice left, right. It is where it is. Up and down I do, but left and right, not really at all. And that's a little disheartening, I guess. I wish that it had a better mount in that regard, but for what it is, I will say the clarity is pretty darn good. So there is a microphone, so there's that for the two-way communication. Aha, there we go. So you push and hold, and you talk and talk and talk. And so, yeah, we're fully set up. I don't know why they must have PTZ cameras that they offer as well. So, fully set up, good to go. Yeah, that's that. So, the XSense outdoor Wi-Fi security camera, or spotlight camera. Installation went pretty well. On this side of the game, because I don't have a whole lot of time with it, it's not really a review, but it is about the setup part. I don't like the mount. It's as simple as it is. I don't like the mount. And I also don't like how much cable they give you to hook the thing up properly outside. If you don't have a way to get the cable through the house exactly where you're mounting it, it's not watertight 8 feet from the camera. 8 feet from the camera is where the actual AC power brick is. That's not a water resistant apparatus, right? That's not supposed to be outside. That's supposed to be in a conditioned space typically. And then you got to extend it from there. Now, of course, it is a 12 volt setup. So you can buy longer cables, but it doesn't come with it. And it has to be powered through that. You don't have a choice. You can't run this on PoE or anything like that. It has to be run through that 12 volt connection. There's a few things they've got to work on in that regard. In my opinion, I think that the power cable should be longer. I would love to see them also offer the capability of doing PoE. They have it there already. You already have it basically set up for it. Just hook it up. So, and that's coming from, I like Power over Ethernet. I think Power over Ethernet is, it's definitely my favorite way of doing security cameras, because I don't have to deal with high voltages at all. I can easily run it, and even if you don't have a switch that has it, you can just put a power injector on it. So it's pretty simple, personally, and it's a lot easier to run an Ethernet cable places than it is a power cable. So, that said, guys, that is the X-Sense camera setup. I will have more insight into it because, in all reality, the quality of the video looks solid. The app looks basic and simple. So I'm looking forward to really finding out how much I like the camera itself for its quality of video and how it does like that. The mount has something to be spoken for. I'm not a big fan of it. And the power. That's the two things so far that I will say right out of the gate. So, thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking to the end. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have time to share the video, I'd appreciate it. And I will have links both to the product where you can check it out on Amazon. $100 is basically what this camera is running. And then we'll have links to the full review video once I get that up and going. And that's going to be a few weeks out. So, thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking to the end. We'll catch you back here on GeekSmart for another video setup. We'll see you soon.